But for the most part, my phone call, not only is it a little bit fact finding on my end about what you guys are doing in the house, but also, you know, trying to get that customer back on board and still make a sale. So if you've had great rapport with the customer, they're happy with you. The young guy that was in here, Anthony, I don't know what it was. It was just, I had a bunch of his, man, they were rehashing, and I was, Anthony, and they loved him. They loved him. They just didn't make the purchase. But I had set it all up, sent it back out. He was just writing deals left and right again because he was going back on the rehashes I was setting up. Okay. Now, obviously, some of that were probably he could have closed them while he was in the house. Okay. That's where practice, you know, makes perfect, and the better you get at closing, the more of those you're going to put in your pocket instead of having to go back and do it. CICs, that's change in contract. If you need to get a CIC, it's not something that we'll take you off the appointments and set up an appointment just to go out and get your CIC. It's a change in contract. Okay, again, an example of the new guy. You know, he went out there, he did all the pictures, everything, sold the garage in there too, but didn't take no pictures of the garage. You know, we tried looking it up on Google to see what we could find out about it. There's trees all over it, and that, you know, there's just no way we're going to see. And then he left a couple of gray areas, you know, open with the homeowner on his contract. You know, and he was like, oh shit, man. So okay, well, don't even bother, don't turn that in yet. Go get the CIC. Well, the longer he dicks around with that, but that's one of the things he's got to go do today. But the longer he dicks around with that, the longer that goes to the wayside to him getting paid on it, to get to the install, you know, so he can get that back end. Every day you wait, it's another day that you don't get paid on it. So if you have paperwork, you need to get it done. You can see here, if it's not done in the 3 days, your commission is forfeited. If you're not doing it, I'm going to take it. I'm going to go out. Okay? I'll get it done. I ain't got a problem taking 20 minutes to go see a customer that you can make some money on. Like I mentioned, rehashing. All pitch and misses are rehashed. When you guys go out to the house, we're gonna go through, and that's why you need all your paperwork and everything, so I can go back through and do the rehash. One thing on the rehash, just so you guys know, where it says unless working, what working is, you know, I got to go back and I got to pick up a deposit. I've got to, you know, I've got to do this. Oh, well, the miss is up and left, you know, halfway through my presentation. I finished with the mister. He's got to talk to the wife. He said he loves everything. He's just got to talk to the wife. I got to call him back tomorrow. We'll give you some time to work a deal. You need a week on it? We'll give you a week. We don't have a problem. Make sure you put it in the results, you know, so it's not being rehashed. And, you know, at some point, you guys will learn everything. When you guys first go out there, you guys are going to be working everything. I really got this one. I'm going to work this customer. Give me a week. Give me a week on this customer, too. Give me a week. Give me a week. Okay? You'll soon find out that most of the time it's bullshit. But it does come about where, you know, maybe you are working a customer. You know, so if you're working, you got to make sure you properly result it and let us know, hey, give me 1 week, you know, while I'm working the results. Now you can see here the expectations. Dave kind of covered this already. You know, get 2 to 3 leads a day. And you can see here you must at least work 3 Saturdays a month. One of the reasons that we're bolstering up our sales staff is because as you get a little bit bigger and guys start making more and more money, guess what day they want to take off? Saturday. Saturday's the money day though. It's a day both people are home. You're in front of them. You're talking. We've got 3 leads for you. You're going to get a 9 to noon and a 3. It's a huge day, so we need you to be, you know, to be working. Okay. I mean, something comes up. Hey, I understand you got kids and stuff. Oh, my kid plays ball on Saturday. Well, that's great, but you can't be missing all the Saturdays. You know, I mean, I get it. I understand it. You know, don't put your kid on a Saturday baseball team. You know, we're going to try to be as you know, as helpful as we can when you guys have things going on. But you know, really, the day that we ask you the most to be here is on Saturday. That's our big expectation day. You know, is to be here on Saturdays. You can see a demo rate. We expect between a 55 to 70% demo, which as a company we are. If there's issues below it, you know, it's something that we'll probably have to look at, because that means you're not getting in the house for some reason. How many times you demonstrate. Demo's demonstration. Okay, that's getting in the house. If you're demoing, a complete demo means you gave a price. Okay, but if you're in the house and you're, you know, if there's a guy who has a low demo rate, then we have to look at, you know, is it the leads? Is it him? Is it, you know, what's going on here? You know, so we like to see you at that 70%.
So that means he's not doing the whole demonstration?
That means he's not getting in the house.
Oh, okay.
He's not getting in the house for some reason.
Okay.
Is he, you know, the guy said, well, I only got, you know, a couple hours of time here. Oh, geez, I need more than a couple hours. You know, because a true demo will probably take you anywhere from 2 to 3 hours if you're closing it. Okay. We tell people on the phone, we don't tell them, oh yeah, our guy's going to be there for 2 hours. Clear the kitchen table and make sure you got something for him to eat. Okay, we're not telling people that. We're telling them, hey, he's going to be here 45 minutes to an hour to answer any of your questions. You know, because if you tell them they're going to be there for 2 hours, nobody'd ever set an appointment. Okay, but you get in there. A great example, I went on one Saturday. The missus was telling me all she had was 1 hour. Okay. When I go into a house, I always like to warm up with the people, talk a little bit, find out how long they've been there, how old's the roof. And when I started asking her those kind of questions, she started getting a little perturbed with me. And she's like, well, they told me you were going to just come here and start measuring. You know, well, yeah, they maybe said that. Chances are that wasn't exactly said, okay, in those ways, but that was her perception of it. So the fact that I was taking an extra minute to kind of talk to her, to do a little fact finding, was a little, you know, confrontational to her. And I was like, okay, so I mean, I backed off a little bit, and you know, I says, okay, I still need a couple things from you before I just go up and start measuring. And she was, you know, oh, okay. And you know, I said, well, you know, it sounds like you're in a hurry. You know, what do you have going on? She told me she only had an hour. I says, well, what if it took an hour and 15 minutes? Would that be okay? Or if it's only an hour, are you leaving, you know, 5 or 10 minutes early to make that hour, or is it the hour? Or because what I was doing is I'm going to reset that. Okay, I'm not going to make a customer bully me into rushing through my presentation. Because if I got to rush through my presentation, I'm not going to hit all the points I need to hit. Okay, and I've been doing this long enough that I know that. But I also been doing this long enough to know, depending on the scenario, if I did have to cram it down her throat, I probably could. Okay? But as I walked around the house taking the beacon and everything, I identified that they had bad soffit, bad fascia, the gutters sucked, the gutters were terrible. When I poked my head in the attic, they needed insulation. So after I did my inspection and started going into my pitch and everything, turns out I was there an hour and 40 minutes before she really started pushing me to get the hell out. Okay. Now, I went through everything. I touched base on the fascia, the soffit, and everything, and that should be something that was incorporated. And she says, "Well, did you put a price together for that?" I said, "No, not yet, because I'm on a time limit here, so I'm here to talk about the roof." She, okay. You know, so then I lay price, get everything down, get them close to where it looks like they're going to do something. And what do you think the next thing she said was? Huh? Nope. Now she wanted to talk. Now she wanted to discuss the fascia and the soffit, and I tried. So at that point, what I was trying to do, you know, of course, I told them, oh yeah, I can give you a way better price if we do everything together. If we're going to do the soffit, the trim, the insulation, including your ventilation, that's going to change the cost of your roof, because I don't have to put these other products in, because we're revamping everything. So the whole scenario is going to change. So I tried resetting it. Well, I got this. I'm going on this vacation, and then she's got like 3 vacations she's going on. And she said, the only time I'm gonna have free is at Mother's Day. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna mark it down that to get back with you on Mother's Day. In the meantime, here's my phone number, here's my card. If you have any free time in between, let me know and we'll get this settled. Okay?
Can don't mean to cut you off, but with a situation like that, and somebody says my best time is Sunday, can we schedule a Sunday?
Oh, absolutely. You want to work Sunday? Go ahead. You want to set it up for midnight on a Tuesday? Go ahead.
Well, just because my background in the car industry, legally we can't sell cars on Sunday as a dealer, so I didn't know.
Really?
If it's the same with contracting on any.
Have you ever heard anything, Dave?
Not with us, no.
Okay, cool, perfect.
That's weird. I didn't know you couldn't sell cars on
Because most all the state departments are closed, so maybe it's just dealer related.
It must be. No, there's no time frame. If a customer says, like I said, well, I work midnights, the only time I can do it is 12 midnight on Tuesday. If that's the only time that this guy can do it, and you don't want to run it, that's fine. I'm sure if you ask any of the guys in the office, somebody will probably run it for you. If not, that's.
Did that happen before you?
No, not that I've ever known, because usually that guy's got at least one day a week off somewhere, right? Or you catch him, okay, well, if you work midnights, what time do you get home? Oh, you're home at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll be here at 7:05, right? So, the closing rate, as Dave mentioned, between 35 and 55%. Guys, if you're, for some reason, you're struggling closing, you're not following the system, these leads, like I told you before, cost, anywhere from $600 to $700 when you put them all in a basket and start figuring out the girls who are making the phone calls to set the appointments, what our advertising costs are, how much those billboards are, how much is Save On Magazine. When you look at everything, it's approximately $650 to $700 a lead, just to generate that one lead. So if you're out there burning them up and you're not closing them, just like I mentioned, you no-show a lead, that's, one time we'll give you that mulligan, but that's all you get. You start missing leads, that's a no-brainer. We're going to get rid of you. Same thing, your closing rate goes down. Obviously we pull you aside, we work with you, try to identify why you're not closing so that we can get you up to those percentages and get you back on track and get you to those numbers. But again, guys, sometimes this job isn't for everybody. It's probably easier for you guys to ask people for money than it is somebody who never has. Or for the guy who, he was cheap Charlie. Geez, I was charging $225 a square for a roof, and now you guys want me to ask $800? I can't fucking ask the customer that. I can't ask them for that. That's just way too much money. Well, that guy's mind fucking himself because, yeah, you're cheap Charlie. The reason you were that price is because you were using all the shittiest stuff on the market. No wonder you could, go grab all the good stuff and then tell me how much you're going to charge. All of a sudden you see that guy's price go up. But the bottom line is the you have to have the balls, you have to have the personality, you have to do the things, and and follow the program, and that closing rate will be there. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. The NSLI, you can see there from 1,000 to 2,500. What an NSLI is a net sale to lead issued. Okay, and basically what that tells us is when we give you a lead, how much money are you bringing back, to the company off of that lead? You run 30 leads and you sell 10 jobs, you're probably going to have a nice little NSLI because it's everything combined. Okay, it's the amount of leads that you ran, it's the amount of money you bring in, and then it's transferred over to an amount, of what you do with the leads you're given. So it's just another parameter for us to track the guys on. Okay. Now the commission structure, like we mentioned, 10% of par, and you're splitting any overages 50-50. Okay. You're going to have your retail price, and then 25% below that retail price is your par. Okay. From par, you make 10%. Anything over, Huh?
What? He's on the phone.
Anything over, like we said, you split. So if you're $1,000 over par, that means you're getting 500, plus company's getting 500, plus you're getting that 10%. If you're between
Let me see what I can
1 and
do.
2% under par, you still get a 9% commission. And you can see it slowly goes down.
So the prices for like the preferred and then the platinum, is that how it's gonna give you, or is it gonna give you 3 prices for the platinum?
No, the platinum and the preferred are two different.
Right, so it's
Products.
gonna give you.
So platinum
along
has
with
a
both?
so the platinum has a par, and so does the preferred.
Okay.
It's a little less expensive of a package, but it still has its par.
Okay.
Okay. Everything we sell, whether it's the high-end stuff or something on the lower side of the scale, has a par situation. Okay. I shouldn't say everything because our cheap packages are just straight up 3%. If you sell that basic package, you'll get 3%. Still made a sale, so you'll get 3% of that.
For this one?
Yeah, nobody wins on that one, and we'll teach you how to upsell that. If you got them on that one,
Yeah.
hey guys, let's spend a couple more $100 and at least, let's at least add the synthetic underlayment. Let's at least add a little better. At the end of the day, you do want better ventilation, right? Well, yeah. Okay, so that's only a couple $100. Like I said, if you got them at the bottom, you build them up a little bit and get them, spending a little bit more money. Because at the end of the day, if you drop your preferred all the way down to the bottom, you're going to be real close to where that basic package is anyway, within, $1,000 anyway. Now you'll see install referrals, self-gens. It's an extra 3% commission. So looking at the top, if you sell something over par, not only are you splitting it, but instead of the 10%, you're getting 13% because it's it's
on the doors, get
Yep.
your own.
well, you get an install referral, or maybe when you're in the house, we'll teach you too when you're in the house how to ask for referrals with the customer when you're selling them jobs. We got one guy, Fred. He gets a referral even if he just doesn't sell the job. It's just the way. That's just the way he is. So when you bring those referrals in, we'll make the phone calls for you. You don't have to call the customer. You don't have to do anything. You just put your name on it and get that name and number, and we'll call and set the appointment for you. Any referrals that you do have, you will run the appointment. Okay, that's important because you had that contact with the other person who referred them, right? So you know a little bit about them. You can say, oh yeah, man, that dog he's got is crazy. He's got that Rottweiler. Oh yeah, that fucking thing chews on my leg every time I go over his house, right? And so there's a connection. Why send somebody over there that doesn't even know who the hell it is? It doesn't make sense. So you guys generate the appointment. We'll do all the legwork for you. We'll make the phone calls. We'll set the appointments.
What's the admin fee?
Admin fee is, where'd you see that?
Under 13 for the install referral stuff too.
Oh, the administration fee. That's kind of a paperwork, because it's got to go through so many stages and the financing, if there's financing involved. It's just a fee that goes to every job. And the reason everybody thinks it's because it's an administration fee, that it's for paying for the lead. Okay, so they shouldn't have to pay for the admin fee if they're generating their own appointment.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, it's office and everything else in there.
How much is that fee?
It's $800.
It pays for like your Salesforce, our CRM
Yeah.
that we use, the app that we use measuring all of the pictures and stuff like. Each one of those has different licensing for each rep and everything else, so that's in order for us to kind of make up some of that difference on it.
Now you can see the commission payout on the retail, like I told you. You sell a job once it passes 3 days. That's because it's got the Michigan's got a 3-day right to rescind. So in that 3-day time frame, You know, if they cancel, you know, so don't bring a job in on a Wednesday and say, hey, can I get paid on this on Thursday? You know, if it hasn't gone past the rescission, you're gonna have to wait till the following week. And trust me, you'll try it. Guys try it all the time. Sometimes Dave, you know, his girl gave him the sweetest little kiss on the cheek in the morning before he came to work, and he'll go, okay. But don't make it a habit. It's got to pass that 3-day rescission, because all that's going to happen, guys, is if we give it to you and then they cancel, we're going to take it back.
Sure.
So you can see the back end of the commission is when the job's cashed out. So in other words, you know, that job's been installed. You went out there, maybe you got a couple referrals, and that's another thing. If you get 2 referrals while you're in a house, and this is why Fred does what he does, you know, that's why this is just so integrated into this guy's pitch, is because it's half off lead fee. If you, yeah, if you bring in 2 referrals, okay, from that customer, oh, here's my cousin Sally and here's my cousin Jim, you know, yeah, give him a call. What he does is he uses those as discounts. Okay, and then so the customers give it, you know, in an effort to give him to get that discount, you know, they'll give him the names and numbers. But when you come in, it's half off on your administration fee. So instead of 800, it's 400. So that's already money right in your pocket just by asking a couple simple questions. Okay. Like I said, when the job's cashed out at the end, you know, that's when that pays out. So when you guys really start making some decent money is when you're selling through the week and you're having a couple of jobs being installed through the week. You start, once your sales catch up to your installs, or your installs catch up to your sales, so you're getting a little bit of your installs, you're getting a little bit of your front end, you know, now is, you know, at that point in time is when you guys are really going to start making some good money. This is for insurance. I'm not really going to get into that. Eventually, at some point, you guys may run into a job where the homeowner says, well, you know, we were thinking if we could get insurance, you know, we were thinking maybe getting insurance. So one of the things we do have to teach you is to identify whether or not that job warrants, you know, an insurance claim. You know, is there a bunch of shingles blown off? You know, is there like hail strikes all over the roof when you're up there, you know, doing your inspection? You know, and knowing when to flip it into an insurance job. One of the problems we got with one of the guys who does retail and insurance is he always wants to flip everything into insurance. You know, well, that's a whole different ball game as far as lead generation and all those type of things. So when you take a retail lead and you switch it into, you know, you switch it over into an insurance claim, you know, that kind of throws our numbers off. The job actually still stays in house, right? I mean, so that's a great thing. But now all of a sudden we're missing a retail lead. You know, what happened to that retail lead? You know, so it was there, so we got to count it, but it didn't get a sale. So it's a negative. But it's really not, because it was turned into insurance. Okay, when you identify that it's insurance, that's one thing. But he was always, you know, always wanting to turn everything that he ran into an insurance lead. You know, it's like, look, if you're going to run insurance, we'll put you over in insurance, but you keep taking our retail leads and trying to turn them into insurance, because we don't make as much money on them. You know, what you're getting on insurance is basically what we're selling at our bottom on a platinum package after you discounted it all the way down. Or not even the platinum, the preferred. But we need to teach you to identify that stuff for sure, you know, so that you guys know what's going on. Now, you can see here commissions are paid in advance on the job, assuming that the job is collected in full on completion. If the job is not collected, commission is reversed until collection is complete. So in other words, you get out there, you have a customer, and they said, well, this didn't go any way like he told me it was going to go. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. I'm not paying. Okay, normally, guys, you don't have to get involved in collecting the job from the customer, you know, but if it's, when it turns into a he said, she said like that, of course, you're gonna be expected to go out there and rectify the situation with the homeowner and get that pay, and get that check. Okay, so, and that comes in, you know, that's where we talked about, you know, not lying to your customers. You know, don't tell them, you know, don't give them no bullshit. Don't tell them we're doing something that we're not gonna do, because at the end of the day, it's gonna bite you in the ass. And you'll find our products and everything speak for themselves. There's no reason to tell people any kind of lies. You know, like I said, the little white lies, you know, about the financing. Oh yeah, you know, sometimes the computers are bogged down. Just fill this app out, and you know, hey guys, little stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you we don't sit here and do that, but who the hell doesn't? You know, I mean, that happens in everyday life. Wife's going to yell at you for eating a cookie. Oh, it wasn't me. Oh, I think it was the little one. Right? But stay on top of your stuff. If you have to go out and collect, we will. Obviously, you're advanced on the future commissions and putting in an account balance with the rep is responsible for upon departure from Rock Solid Exteriors. In other words, if you have anything, you know, in there and like you decide not to turn your samples in or whatever, anything of that nature, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna knock you on the backside of your commissions. Anything else at that point, we're gonna wait till all your jobs are installed to make sure that, you know, you come out ahead. Okay, we're not gonna, you know, pay out all your commissions to you, that all your front end commissions if you're leaving, and then, you know, come to find out you wrote a bunch of dirty work, you know, and after the install you know, we've got all these other charges and back charges and this and that, and so, you know, upon termination, obviously, all future commissions and everything are done until everything's installed. Above areas are highlighted. There's nothing highlighted. With discipline, probation period starts at the beginning of the following month and could be extended if all necessary requirements aren't met. While on probation, rep is not eligible for any wheel deals, daily sales promos, half-off administration fee, or to keep the first 500 over par, etc., includes eligibility to monthly and yearly sales contests. Okay, probation, obviously, guys, if you're doing something wrong and, you know, you're not following, or you continue to do the same thing over and over again, you can see we got to spin the wheel. Last thing you want to do is have to go on any kind of probationary period, because the things that we take away are the things that are your perks. You know, and truthfully, if it gets to that point, you know, there's probably going to be a separation anyway. But just understand, if you guys, you know, you come in here, you realize how much money you can make, but you continue to do some of the same things over and over again, we will put you on probationary period till you straighten it out. We're gonna treat you like a little fucking kid, right? Okay, I see you guys were writing some notes down and stuff in there. That's cool. But I need you to, I'll get you another one. Need you guys to sign that. Any questions on that?
Sure.
Don't call me sir, Mr. Radlick's fine.
Asshole.
I just knew
Knew it was
my
coming.
bones were fucking aching. Yeah.
Did you take notes in here? Or?
Yeah, put on the
Oh, you did it that way? All right. Did, were you gonna do this with the canvasser, Dave? Were you gonna go
I think he's going through it with the glasses and back.
All right.
I'm just gonna do my little thing after.
One more thing, or actually a couple more things to cover here. You guys need bathroom or anything? let me know. Otherwise, I'll keep going. No, they doing here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Guys, I'm just going to go through this real quick. I'm not going to read it line by line. But obviously, welcome to Rock Solid. As you can see, we're part of a high energy sales and marketing team. You know, the biggest thing we're going to come in here and teach you is how to be professional, how to, you know, set goals for yourself, how to reach those goals, you know, and go above and beyond. And basically what we're going to teach you guys to be as an entrepreneur, okay? Obviously you guys both have experience in that, you know, but by the time, trust me, by the time we're done showing you everything that we show you and everything, you'll, at some point, if you're having a bad day or